So what we're going to do here today is we're going to go through the basics of the pen tool. And I'm going to trace this shape here, this pink one. Couple things about this you want to know how to do. First of all, here's the pen tool. It's also been called the path tool in some of the programs we've used. Best thing to do first off is click and hold on this. You're going to see this pop up. Come over to the right, let go, and now this is detached so you can quickly get to these. There's your pen. Default is P, or shortcut is P. You can add anchor points, you can subtract anchor points, and this thing, the convert anchor point tool, shortcut is Shift C, and shortcuts are going to be really key in this. We're going to get to that in a second. The other things we need to know about right here, selection tool, this selects an entire object, and the direct selection tool selects a part, like an anchor or a path or something along those lines, or a line in a path more accurately. So I'm going to start off here with my pen tool. Now what I like to do with this is go through and actually click on the spots, the key areas. And by the way, I am very zoomed in, and so I am setting up a line. You can see that my fill is nothing, my stroke is a line, and this is 1 pixel thick. I'm just zoomed in a lot, no big deal. So anyway, I'm going to click through this, click here, and I'm going to click every place where I'm changing direction. So I'm going to fill this in a second, but it goes from here to here. This is going to go all the way around this curve here, and I close back on this. Now I know it's very hard to see these lines. I'm sorry, this is the way it works. It's always 1 pixel thick no matter what you do. You can't change that. The only good news is that when you hover over something, it will tell you whether it's an anchor or whether it's a path, or later on whether it's a handle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this convert anchor point tool, which is Shift C, to bend these. Now, unlike the other ones, you cannot just grab this line and bend it. It'll be like, what the heck are you trying to do? That doesn't work. Can't do it that way. Sorry. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the anchor itself, and you're going to click and drag. Now, it's going both directions. Do not freak out. It's not a big deal. I'll get this line set up how I want, and then I will come back to this handle. Notice that it labels it handle. I will bring it back. In order to make this back to a straight line, just point it back down itself. Not a big deal. Okay, same thing here with this curve. Now you can grab this one or this one. It's not really going to make much of a difference. Either way, it's going to mess with it. Once again, don't freak out. I can come back, grab this handle, and bring this back to where I want it to be. And it'll kind of snap back to where it was, which is kind of nice. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this one here. Once again, I'm going to grab the anchor, click and drag. Notice that it came off in the wrong direction. This will happen. Don't worry about it too much. So while I'm at it, I'm going to get this side right. Then I'm going to grab the handle here and drag here. Now this is going to take a few tries to get it correct, because I'm going to have to modify it from both sides. So grab this anchor, click drag. Right now I'm worried about this lower and right side, trying to get this correct, and I'll get the other part in the middle correct in a second. Okay, so I got that one. And notice I don't have the handle popping out here. Grabbing this anchor. Notice it messed with it. Don't freak out. Okay, so let's see here. Come back up to this one. Ah! Undo. Command Z. Never hurts, right? There we go. Now I can see these things again. Click there, grab this anchor. I'm doing all of this with that convert anchor point, the Shift C. Grab this handle. I admit this is a little maddening at points, but it can be done. Go. Alright, and I've got this thing all converted. So that's what we're going to try to get to. Remember, you can use the Shift Z to undo. Now there are some other things in here. Just going through some basics with the pen tool. I'm doing these second because hopefully once you get started with these, it'll be okay. If you click and then click again, it's just going to do a straight line. If I wanted to make a curve off this, I would click and immediately drag. You can do this. It's not a problem. It will allow you to do these curves right away. and you can do it. You can decide whether this is easier or whether clicking straight lines like I did and then converting them after the fact is easier. I suppose it kind of depends on what you're doing and what you're used to. I find this kind of frustrating to change after the fact, but it is something you can do. Now we also have these direct selection tool. This is going to select a piece. So for instance, if I come and grab this anchor, it will select that anchor. It does not select the entire shape. If I come to the selection tool, shortcut V, this grabs the entire shape. If I grab any part of this, it will move the entire path. So be aware, these are two different things. Direct selection grabs just the piece. Selection tool grabs the entire thing. And we're done.